So I spent a lot of time thinking about how I would open up this series, maybe with a cinematic view or some type of overview, but instead I went with fishing. I actually pictured myself fishing with a fishing rod and it being kind of, nonchalant and just fishing and relaxing, but instead I realized that I had to use a net because I have no skills on this account yet. So here we are. We're fishing for shrimp next to the legend himself, the fishing tutor, who's doing who knows what with that net. And I'm going to tell you about this account now. So this is going to be a Zerker. I've never made a Zerker. I've always wanted to. I've always looked at Zerkers and thought, wow, they can do everything. And they can also PK pretty efficiently. So I decided to make my own, and I'm going to track my progress. So let's move on, and I'll show you the goals and things I want to do. Alright, so here are the goals. So I have 75 attack, 99 strength, 45 defense, 99 range, 52 prayer, 94 magic, and 95 slayer. Now the slayer is on there because I would like to get into bossing, and I would like to be able to do most of the bosses, and 95 is the highest or slayer requirement for the highest slayer boss. So I will be getting that to do that boss, and I will be attempting to make a high kill count on at least 90 to 95% of the bosses. So we can go ahead and jump in, and I will talk more about what my plan is as far as gains and everything else I want to do on the account. Here is going to be our best friend. It contains all of the bosses, raids, clues, minigames, and other awards you can get, as well as a kill counter for all of those. So I'm going to hopefully get a lot of this completed and get a lot and be able to track my gains from the beginning with that. Now, with that being said, welcome to To Zerker. Alright, so one of the things I didn't like about my other series and YouTube in general is that I can't really play mobile and get as much because I'd have to constantly be recording, especially with the restrictive series. So I've decided with this one that I'm going to be able to play mobile, and when I play mobile, I will come back. So if I'm playing at work or whatever I'm doing, I will come back, and when I record a clip, I will explain what I had done on mobile and what happened where you guys weren't watching, because I don't really have a whole lot of restrictions on this account, so I'm just gonna go ahead and play. Alright, so I just decided to rush 43 prayer at the chaos altar because it's super cheap and easy to do at this combat bracket typically. So I'm going to move on to hill giants for HP levels. Alright, so here I am at Hill Giants. Now the reason I chose Hill Giants as far as what I'm going to fight right now is because I want a chance at the key that will allow me to fight Obor, which will be my first kind of low tier boss. So I'm also trying to get HP levels so that I can survive some of the quests like Waterfall and stuff without that worry of possibly being one shot. Alright, so I hit 15 HP, which allows me to survive at least the Waterfall quest monster. I also have 44 prayers, so I could have protected melee through that and survived, but I wanted the HP levels just in case, and I'll probably need them for later quests as well. So I'm going to go through the optimal quest guide. For those of you who don't know, it's on the wiki, and it kind of guides you through the most efficient way to complete the quests. So I'm going to go through that as far as I can, and continue raking in the levels from that. So I'm gonna go buy all the items I need for the quests and get started. It's gonna be a long grind. Alright, so an update, I've done a ton of the quests off of the guide, and I am currently finishing up Mountain Daughter here, and that is complete. So I'm now at 59 quest points. My total level is up to, yeah, that's pretty good. And then I got the 59 quest points, so I'm gonna move on to some of the more meteor quests like Dragon Slayer and things I need that'll give me good stats and access to new content. Alright, so I actually went to go do Dragon Slayer, and I did not have the stats. I thought I could use Water Bolt and take it down, but that did not work. I used almost 100 casts and ran out of food and prayer, so I'm gonna go ahead and get some range levels because I know range is gonna be the best way to take him out. Alright, so here we are outside of Elvarg's lair with ranged. Now this should go a lot smoother. like I said before, I used over 100 casts of the spell I was using and didn't even get him down below half. So let's see how this works. There's a big hit. Yeah, this is going to go better already, I can tell. So this has poison too. I'm not sure if that'll affect Alvarg or not. Yeah, this is already going way better though. So once I get this done, I'm going to continue doing more quests, more of the essentials. Oh, the poison does work. That's excellent. So I'm going to do more of the essentials and try to get done most of the essential quests out of the way so that I'm quested as far as I need to be. I obviously will need 175 quest points before I can get Barrow's Gloves, which is going to be a pain, but Alright, and there is Dragon Slayer complete. That's going to be a nice chunk of XP. I'm going to begin working towards Monkey Madness and kind of getting all of the defense quests out of the way so that I have that 45 defense so I can start working on Fighter Torso and get my Berserker Helm and really just get all of the essential gear that I'm going to be using as a Zerker. So let's continue on and see how far I can get. So at this point I'm going to get my next Slayer task and I will recap what I've done on mobile. So I've done a lot of quests at this point. I have 75 quest points and I started on Slayer to train out my melee a little bit. So far I have done 83 Shades, 83 Moss Giants, 13 Vampires, and 70 Cockatrices, and now I have Cave Bugs, which is not that great. At least it'll be a quick task, so I can start getting points quicker. So I also completed Fremneck Trials, which is unlocking the Zerker Helm, which is kind of an account staple. I completed Dragon Slayer, as you saw before, which gave me the defense and also allows me to wear a Rune Plate Body and Green D Hide Body. And then I also completed Animal Magnetism, unlocking the Ava's devices, which is going to be essential in my range training efforts. So let's continue on and see where we go. Alright, so after my Cave Bug task, I decided to go for Wilderness Slayer and I got Black Demons, which turned out to be almost impossible. I could do it kind of with Mage, but I got PK'd twice and decided that it would be better done with range. So I went and camped range at the Sand Crabs and I grinded out to 53 ranged. And then I went out and grabbed logs for fire making as a quest requirement for sea slugs. So I got 30 fire making for that because I wanted to get the fishing XP because I need to start grinding out 53 for Heroes Quest. So after I completed Sea Slug, I went and did fishing contests to get the other fishing EXP quest out of the way. And I also need that for Recipe for Disaster. So that got me up to 29 fishing. And then I spun 371 flax into bowstrings for Lost City and completed Lost City. And then I went and finally unlocked Fairy Rings, which are a huge bonus for the account. It allows me to travel a lot easier. And it will just make everything easier. When I get Fremneck Slayer dungeon tasks, for example, like Cockatrices, it'll make it a lot easier to get there and a lot quicker. So I'm going to finish up this easy clue and I'll show you guys the reward. Alright, so here's a casket. And okay, not great, but I'm going to keep knocking these out because they are part of the collection log and I want to get as much of that unlocked as possible. So let's keep going. Alright, so I'm going to try out Black Demons again with this gear. I'm sure I'm going to get killed, but I really need to start building up my bank, and what a better way to do it than Mysterious Emblems being around over 150k a piece. If I can get a couple of those from Black Demons, I'll be set for training for a while, which is what I need right now. I'm coming in with Myth Arrows, so hopefully I'll be able to hit well on them and actually get a few kills and get that Slayer level up. That would be great. Alright, so turns out I am not able to hit these things still. It's still too low. I think I need to get up to 61 for the rune crossbow to actually be able to hit these things efficiently. So at this point, I think I'm going to try to finish up this kill at least, and then maybe I'll go reset my task at Berthorpe, although that's going to suck because I have to do that horrible task from Turiel, which won't be fun, but it's probably better than sitting here and trying to kill this black demon that will literally take me like 5 minutes per kill. So I'm going to finish up this kill and then go do that, I guess, because I should get Slayer levels. I need to start saving up for a mask, which is going to be like 1.6 mil, I believe, right now. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't think I can do that in these tasks. I might actually just hold off on Slayer and just go for some other skills or go AFK at Sand Crabs to get my combat stats up a bit. I know I need to go and do Monkey Madness just to unlock the DSIM, so I might do that. Of course, not even 30 seconds after completing that last clip, I get this guy who logs in under me and TBs me. So now I'm just fighting back at this point just because I know I'm probably not going to die, but it's very easy to get away. Like, watch. As soon as I loot these, and now Black Demon's on him, now he can't get me. Very easy to get away from here. So I'm going to go and do something else because that's not worth it. I'm going to go grab a task from Turiel and reset the wilderness task and then just go back to the Edgeville master so that I can have things that are more in my combat range. Alright, so I started doing farming runs, so I'm going to do that. And this is my first farming tree run, so I'm going to complete that, and then I think I'm going to go try Bryophyta. I've never done it, and it'll be the first boss on this account, so it's kind of doing something exciting to end this with. And then after that, I'm going to try to get done Monkey Madness so that I have almost all of the defense quests out of the way. That should put me in the 40s on defense. And I believe I'll only need 1 or 2 more quests to hit that sweet spot of 45. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready for Bryophyta and go ahead and knock that out, hopefully. I've never done it before. I don't know if it's hard or easy or what. So I'll jump in and give it a shot. Alright, and there's the kill. Let's see what we get for loot here. And alright, that's not too bad. That's probably around 20k, which is pretty solid. I watched a video where a guy only got like 2k on his first kill, so it's definitely a lot better than that. 22k. Excellent. So I'm on to completing Monkey Madness. Let's get to it, and that will be the end of the video at that point. So let's do that. Alright, so I've completed Monkey Madness, and it took a lot longer than I thought it would. I didn't die though, so that's pretty good. This is my 4th time doing it, I believe, because I've done it on several other accounts before. But this will bring my defense up to a decent amount, and it will conclude all of the really main quests that I have to complete besides Recipe for Disaster. So that's nice. So I'm going to go for 60 attack and then strength up as well, but I'll probably do that through Slayer now, and I'll create a Slayer bank tab. I'll probably start off the next video concluding whatever I've done on mobile for the day today, because this is concluding the time I have to play at the computer. So with that being said, let's see what this brings me to as far as defense goes and other stats goes. So completing the training brings me up to, alright, 53 strength, 52 hit points, 51 attack, and what's my defense? 41. Not bad. So I can wear Rune now and Dragon Hide, which is what will help me a lot in Slayer. So that concludes the video for today.